Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Zero Fats, aka Cam Jennings, coming at you on behalf of EpicConversions.com. I have a very special guest with me today. He is the creator of Q&A commissions. I have Garry Baker on the line with me today. Garry, thanks for coming on the show, man. What is up?
How you doing, Cam? Nice to be here. Appreciate you having me for my product launch here on March 2nd.
Thanks, man. Yeah, Garry, I know you're launching this sucker tomorrow, and I'm excited about it. I know I've kind of gotten to see a little bit behind the scenes on your product launch, and I've kind of got to watch it come together. I know you put a lot of work into it. You put a lot of effort into it. I know it's really going to help a lot of people. I want to take it back, though. This product, it's funny because we can sit here and talk about your product, and you're the new guy on the scene, when it comes to launching a product. You just came out of nowhere. Here's this new guy on the scene. That's not really how it is, though. I mean, there's a giant story behind getting to this product. And take us back for a minute, dude. How does this start for Garry Baker? How do you go from just working at a normal job, which is really an interesting job, honestly, to getting into internet marketing and launching your first product? Tell us that story for a minute, if you don't mind.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably not, any more uncommon than most people out there that ever, worked for, say, like 25 years of their life at a job for a company, right? So I've never really thought about being an entrepreneur or having my own business, but in the course of my career, 25 plus years, information technology as a network engineer, I had been laid off twice, and recently, the last time was December 2015. I was laid off. I was actually working for Verizon in my home state and hometown of Little Rock, Arkansas, in the U.S. But so I got laid off, and I was like, okay, well, find another job, right? Because that's what you do when you get laid off. You know what I mean? You go back to work. So I got back to work, and to do that, I actually decided to go back and work with the Department of Defense again. And I'm actually in Kuwait right now doing this interview with you, working with the U.S. Army in Kuwait. And while I was here, I was like, I don't want to just keep doing this after 25 years. I'm going to be 44 this year, actually. And I'm like, I want something that's mine, that I have as much control as anybody possibly can over their situation. And that's sort of where internet marketing came along. And then, not just the idea of internet marketing being a job, but it being, a new career and something that I sort of caught the bug for, and marketing sort of has become a new passion of mine. So that's sort of where I'm at right now.
I love it, man. I love it. And I think it's really cool because you do a really technical job. You're a technical guy, cryptology, breaking security codes, making security codes, keeping things secure from hackers and from weirdos who generally want to wreck the system. You're involved in keeping that kind of stuff from happening, which I think is awesome. And I also think it's cool, man, that, you sacrificed for your family. You went far, far away from your home to get a job that you knew would pay well. All in this spirit of just taking care of your family and providing a better life for them. And dude, I super respect that. My hat is off to you. I really do respect that a lot. Let me ask you this, man, because another thing that's interesting about you is your website, kind of the face of your business. Could you talk for a little bit about the whole 30-minute thing? Could you talk for a bit about that? Because I know this product, Q&A Commissions, is like the first product that you're launching underneath that brand of this 30-minute concept. Can you explain that a little bit?
Yeah, so 30minutemarketing.net, right, or the whole idea of doing marketing in 30-minute intervals, right, just basically is not just 30 minutes, but when you have 30 minutes available, right, to just focus and work on the task at hand. And that comes from, and quick Q&A commissions and, the underlying product inside of it or piece, the component of it, right, is content marketing, and it's actually using quizzes. So I was actually signed up and I was doing this class, and it was actually with a marketplace called ClickBank with all these information products. And basically you would go there and you'd pick a niche, right? And it was just assumed that you would just pick something that was super popular or probably, easy to promote, or, you know, had a good high sale rate, or I forget the exact term they use on ClickBank, gravity, right? They say it has a high gravity, so good competition, lots of value in the market. So a lot of the people were writers because the thing you were doing, you were building a niche blog, right? So you were keeping up with this blog and you were generating content. And one of the things as an aside that they had was this new product for generating quizzes. And for me, that it really stood out from the idea of writing every day, right? And it, you know, because I was like, okay, this is interesting. And they also introduced me to copywriting, and they started talking about direct marketing and, you know, copywriters of old, you know what I mean? And this one guy came up, and his name is Eugene Schwartz, or Gene Schwartz, and the concept that he always used when he wrote copy or, you know, worked on his projects was an egg timer that he set to 33 minutes and 33 seconds. And when he set that timer, he had to set, and he had to focus, and he had to work intensely, right? And just focus on the task at hand until it was completed. And then when the timer went off, get up, take a break, you know what I mean? And just come back to it, right? So the idea is you can only be creative, right, at a high level for so long. So, and that was 33 minutes, 33 seconds, which I actually have a post on my blog that explains that in more details. But that's where 30minutemarketing.net was born. That concept of doing something really intensely for 30 minutes, but then also adding to that my piece or my spin is when you have that 30 minutes, don't just waste it, right? Use it as effectively as possible.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, man. And Eugene Schwartz is an absolute legend. He's actually got a book on Amazon right now going for about $400 or $500.
Yeah, the actual original hard copy. Yeah, breakthrough. Yeah,
breakthrough advertising.
Yeah,
and
advertising.
Yeah, you can't get it. You can't get the dang thing. It's like impossible to find it. So you're just gonna have to ante up and pay for it if you want it. But
maybe next Christmas I'll get one. So you never know.
Yeah. But yeah, he's awesome, man. And I love the concept of 30-minute marketing. So everybody, make sure you get over there and check out Garry's website, 30minutemarketing.net. He actually has got some really cool articles on there about this kind of stuff and time blocking and ways to utilize your time. Because let's face it, most people are under the gun with time. And you think that when you become an entrepreneur full-time, you get all your time back. But the truth is, I think since I've been a full-time entrepreneur, time matters more to me, and I'm more aware of time than I ever have been in my entire life. So it's quite amazing. So I think it's a fascinating concept. And man, I wish you the best on it. It's great. Some great stuff over there. So anyways, let me just move on for a second here. I know we talked a little bit about 30-minute marketing. I did want to touch on that, but let's talk a little bit more about this Q&A commissions thing, because what I found fascinating about your product, man, is it's talking about using these quizzes for things like list building and for things like affiliate marketing. And I know you focus a lot on affiliate marketing in the course. But I could see where the quizzes could be used for list building as well, and customer acquisition, and a few other things also. But let me ask you this. You've been the new guy before. If you're a new guy in this space who wants to get started with affiliate marketing, how would you do it from scratch right now? What do you think are some of the, give them a step-by-step, Garry. How would you tell them to get started? Because there's a lot of new people out there struggling, and they're trying to get started with making money online. And a lot of them see affiliate marketing as an easy way to do that. How would you tell them to get started?
All right. Step number 1, buy quick Q&A commissions.
Boom.
No. So seriously, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, to get started, I think the main thing is to really, and I know some people say that you don't have to be passionate about what you do, but me personally, in my personal opinion, I think it helps. Because when I first started, and quick Q&A commissions was born in a niche, in a parenting niche, which I'm a parent and I'm passionate about being a parent to my 2 boys, but that doesn't directly translate into being passionate about marketing anything and everything in the parenting niche, right? And then even more so niching down. So even though I did actually successfully make my first commission and continue to make commissions using quick Q&A commissions, the quiz product, the quiz idea, and the structure that I teach, I did use it successfully, right? But I found that scaling it and keeping it up with it and generating new content and keeping it, keeping it fresh and interactive, because it wasn't a passion, I think it was a mistake when I first started. So yeah, and that's where when in finding that error or correcting that error, I created 30minutemarketing.net to do what I'm doing now, right? Which is creating this format and this framework inside of this 30 minutes to help other people learn internet marketing, because internet marketing is the passion that I found, right? Not teaching people how to be a better parent, which is good. I mean, don't get me wrong, and it's something that I'm interested in, but like I said, it's not a driving passion. So I think that's what I'm trying to say is, in my opinion, you need to be passionate about the niche that you're trying to promote.
That's a good point, man. And it's funny because I think especially it holds true with content marketing. Like when you're going to be putting content out there, and you might be writing a little bit of content, it's hard to write about things that you don't give a crap about. I mean, it really is. It's hard to do, whether it's a quiz, whether it's a blog post, whether it's a freaking email. It's hard to write about stuff you don't care about. I don't think that you necessarily have to be the most knowledgeable person about something, but if you have a passion for it, you're probably going to be learning about it. So it just shines through in your content when you are passionate about something, and it makes a lot of sense. And as far as like, I know you were kind of joking when you said, "Hey, go buy my course." But to that point, I will say that, it's good to step one, have some passion about what you want to make money with. Have some passion about it. But then I would say step two is have a path. Have a path. Have a map. Have a step one, step two. Have a framework for what you're trying to do. Because if you have a framework, and you have a little passion, and you're ambitious enough to keep going, you are going to win. And that's the bottom line. And what I like about the Q&A commissions report that you're putting out is it is a framework. It is an absolute framework that if people follow, they will win. And I like that. So even though I know you were joking about it, it's kind of true, honestly. So whether it's Q&A commissions or something else that they follow, we can definitely say Q&A commissions is a framework that will allow you to win in affiliate marketing and list building. And the cool thing about Q&A commissions that I like is that your passion could be about anything, and use that method. You can actually use the stuff you're teaching in there you could use that in any niche, man. I could use that freaking thing in the Mandela effect niche.
Yeah, right. Just keep changing it. Yeah.
Yeah, I totally could, man. It's crazy. So all right, so whatever. I'll stop talking about that. But what I do want to ask you is this. Now, look, you've been doing this for a little while, and I know you've learned a few things since you first started. So when it comes to the Q&A commission strategies and stuff like that, can you give us a few golden nuggets or like some eureka moments that really changed the way you were doing things that made a big difference for you?
Yeah, so like I said, I actually started Quick Q&A Commissions. The actual first quiz I launched was in the parenting niche, and I actually called it a quiz, right? So the idea of a quiz in parenting, and they were talking about specifically, was a product for potty training, right? So a quiz about your your 1, 2, 3-year-old child, or even a more a better pain point is when they get older and they get towards kindergarten age. A quiz was appropriate, right? But then say you want to spin it for, inside of personal development or self-help, or maybe even like debt management, or right, say any kind of wealth, or something like that. Maybe the word quiz might be off-putting to people, right? So like when you're writing content, right, because content marketing is the same no matter whether you put it in a quiz, you do a blog, you send an email. It's how you frame it and how you write the title and how you introduce people to the actual content, where you're leading them, down the path, giving them help, and then getting them to the solution. So the great thing about an inside of Quick Q&A Commissions you'll learn is, right, quizzes kind of have like this bad connotation of this bad idea of, oh, hey, I took this cool quiz, right? And I found out what kind of Disney character I am, or you know what I mean? I'm Darth Vader, or I'm Luke Skywalker, whatever, right? It was for fun. right? And that's great. And you probably could, in the right niche, spin it to even have fun where people could share it. Because the whole point, and again, in quick Q&A commissions, the whole point about this is to be able to do it for free, right? And I use free in the sense that, you know, you would share it to social media yourself and then get your friends and your audience to, you know, to like it, share it, get that social proof and get it to go, you know, viral, right? So that's part of the whole quiz idea is you want to make the quiz, or in certain niches, you might want to call it an assessment or a survey, you know, and give it some kind of spin where people perceive it to be super valuable, right? More so than just saying, hey, did you take that quiz? Be like, I'm not interested in a quiz. Well, dude, you can get this assessment that's going to tell you exactly what you need to know about, right? X, Y, and Z.
That's crazy. Dude. That is amazing how like just a simple little wording changes a perception of something. Like if I say, hey man, why don't you take this internet marketing quiz and see where you're at? Like I might get so many people interested maybe, but if I say, hey man, why don't you take this internet marketing evaluation and see exactly where you're at, people are like, whoa, oh, I want to know where I'm at. Let's take it. Let me see if I can get an A on this thing.
Right? Or put it on a scale like 1 to 10. Where do you rank among the best internet marketers, right? And then put like some famous names on there and you'd be like, oh crap, I'm below that guy? No way, I blow that guy out of the water, right? And then you're like, start sharing it or whatever, and there you go. Or, hey, look who I beat out. I'm going to share this, right? Because all my friends aren't going to believe this, right? I beat out, you know what I mean? Insert famous marketer here that's your favorite, right? Bam, look at me, check me out, right? Next thing you know, people are liking it, sharing it, commenting on there, and there you go.
That's crazy. That's just simple little repositioning of the same exact content, but it's so powerful. Yeah, that's awesome, man.
So I think it goes along the same kind of lines as, you know, people constantly talk about split testing, right? So for example, split testing big headlines on, for example, sales pages, right? But when you make a blog and you make a blog post, well, if you make a blog post, you can't just change the title of that blog post. I mean, I guess you could, but I don't think it'd go over very big. But if I change the title of my quiz and then reposition the questions and answers, change the image or add a video, that's a whole new piece of content, right? That I did quick, right? And that's the whole point of quick Q&A commissions.
That's good, man. That's really good. And all right, man. That's really good. That's a good takeaway. I really like that. And it's funny that you mentioned it because it's very relevant to what I'm doing right now. I'm doing a lot of Facebook advertising stuff, and I'm noticing a lot of it's this repositioning of the same content over and over and over again, and see what works the best. So it's a really good point. I know it's absolutely true. Look, I want to appreciate you and thank you for being on the call with us today, man. Listen, before we get out of here, though, what do you got going on right now? I know you're launching Q&A commissions tomorrow. I know it's launching at 9 a.m. is when you're going?
Yeah, 9 a.m. Eastern, March 2nd. That's correct.
March 2nd. That's great, man. I'll be there ready to check it out. Can you give everybody any information about you, where they can get a hold of you? What's your website again? Are you on Facebook? And if people want to reach out to you with questions or they want to talk to you about it, where's a good place for them to get a hold of you?
So the best place is to go to 30minutemarketing.net, and that's 30minutemarketing.net. And then on the front page, there'll be a little red envelope at the bottom. You can click on that. That's my contact information, as well as, you know, there's a start here page and an about page, a contact button as well. All that good stuff's on the page. And my email address is actually Garry, Garry. There's 2 R's in Garry, at 30minutemarketing.net. And then of course I'm on Facebook, and my full name on Facebook is Garry Lynn Baker. So you can find me on Facebook pretty easily, as well as there's a quick Q&A commissions fan page. So you could search for that as well.
Absolutely. And that's Garry B, not Gary V. Don't get it. No, man. All right, man. Listen, Garry, I want to thank you for being on the show today. Absolute honor. I appreciate it. And do you have any final closing words for everyone watching this before we get out of here?
No, I would say, you know, just if you do pick up, or let me rephrase that. When you do pick up quick Q&A commissions, right? Get in there, and when you open it up, you'll realize that, you know, this is actionable content. So all I want you to do is get in there, go through it, and give it a shot, right? Start creating content and get your message out there, because if you don't ever get your message out there, no one will ever hear your message. That's all I'm going to say.
That's absolutely true. He is Garry Baker, owner and operator of 30minutemarketing.net, creator of Q&A commissions. It launches tomorrow at 9 a.m. You guys, I will put a link in the description of this video. Be there, be square. I'll see you guys. Peace, everybody.